Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Chapman Farm on Old Streams 2017, where the excitement never ends. I am using my forks as a weight on the front of my tractor to run the windrower here. I didn't have a weight. I thought I had one, but I guess I didn't. So that solves that problem. Just put some arms on to add some weight that way, and seems to be all good. I'm doing the windrows now. I'm going to be going up and down, back and forth, making the rows. So how's everybody doing out there tonight? Hopefully you're all doing well. My sinuses have cleared up a little bit since the last episode. It's only been a half an hour, but it comes and goes. It's really weird. Like sometimes I'm dying, and other times I'm not dying. Sometimes I'm breathing. Here's still a little bit stuffed up, but I was talking to Mark. Unfortunately, Mark and his girlfriend of 3 years broke up last night over something really stupid. I'm not going to go into it because that's kind of his business, but it was a pretty sad moment because they've been together for a long time, and you know she's been at college for the last year though, and there's been some growing apart. That is only natural when that kind of stuff happens, but it's just a little sad to see that, you know, he put a lot of effort into that relationship and she kind of just didn't respond. But so maybe that's good. That's probably a good thing actually that he was able to get out of it, because you don't want to be married in a situation like that. So, and that's what only children are. I am an only child, and I kind of the same issues with my marriage in ways. I didn't know how to respond, didn't know how to be a good husband or be whatever, but mostly. Not all of it, though. Definitely there was two sides to that story, but as you guys know who have been around for a while. So basically we have several fields of windrowing to do. This is the small windrower, and it's going to take a long time to do it. However, as we get on those tighter fields, I can't really see using a much larger windrower than this because, you know, this is... it's going to be almost impossible to fit that thing anywhere else. Now, I do shut it off when I turn. I found that if you leave it running, it will mess up the piles as you drive over them, even though it's raised. So I am dropping and raising as I go, making some nice, neat grass windrows. This grass we are going to put down at the biogas plant. The next mowing we'll save for the sheep, but the sheep still have plenty of food left, so we're not hurting in any way for food. Grass is pretty easy to come by. So, I'm trying to think of anything else exciting. Here's the problem. I always do this. By the time I get to my second episode, I'm like out of things to talk about because I've already talked about everything. Did have a little rant at the end of the last episode about World of Tanks and where they're going and losing some of their big supporters like Sir Foch and Mr. Jingles, or whatever his name is, the Mighty Jingles. There was one other one, I can't remember who, but Sir Foch can be a little crass at times. Of course, so can Jingles. It's one of the reasons. Actually, those guys talking about channels and being crass or using foul language on your channel. They are the reason that I actually started my channel, believe it or not. So you can thank Mighty Jingles and his potty mouth for helping me to start my own channel, because like I said, I have my moments where I swear too. I'm not perfect, but I would try to watch videos about the tanks that I was interested in, and my kids would be in the room and he'd hear Mr. Jingles would be dropping the F-bomb every other word, and I'm like, sorry about that, guys. So I decided, you know what, I can do this. I can review these tanks and do just as good a job as he's doing without swearing the whole time. And hence, Arthur Chapman's gaming channel was born. As you can hear now, I'm all plugged up. I wonder if it's because I'm trying to talk that I'm getting plugged up. That could be part of the problem. Maybe I should just quit trying to record and go to bed and cry. I'm trying not to make the neighbor farm mad by getting all over his crops with my equipment. This windrower is not too bad. It definitely does take a longer time, though, because you have to run it back up and down, so it's definitely not efficient. But that's what we have this little tractor for. It doesn't have to be efficient. It just has to get done. And even with this larger field, I'm almost finished. Sorry, now I'm starting to sniff. I've been playing Breath of the Wild. I was character building for a while. Those of you that watched on my channel the first 8 episodes, I had gotten up to 13 hearts to be able to get the Master Sword, which is kind of worthless, but except for when you're fighting against Guardians. That's really good against Guardians. But I basically just spent time unlocking as much of the map as I possibly could with the weak character that I had. Link was not very strong, you know, and I've probably unlocked 60% of the map at this point. But I had enough hearts to get the Master Sword, so I went back and did that. Now I am starting to go through some of the harder missions, like the Divine Beasts. And I find out that the Divine Beasts, each give you a special piece of equipment or special power at the end of the battle, so I'm excited to get all 4 Divine Beasts beat so I can get the special powers. I also got the Zora suit. So I'm enjoying the game very much. I don't play it a lot, but over the last couple days with my allergies and not necessarily being able to record, I have been enjoying it quite a bit. The other thing that I am enjoying is the I'd like to get I bought like 4 or 5 new games. Devolver had a big sale this weekend. Of course, they're terrible. The games are, I have to play them first and see if the content is worthwhile, because they're pretty rough games. One of them is called Mother Russia Bleeds, and it's extremely violent and gruesome. So I don't know if I'm going to play it on my channel or not. I might do it for a stream, though, and just, you know, put that stream up. Oops, see, just messed that pile up. We shall see. But it looks like a pretty good game, actually. It's extremely violent. It kind of reminds me of River City Ransom, though, but with extreme violence. River City Ransom was a great game. Maybe I should do that for my channel sometime, too. Something I could play through that. He would love that. We'll play on the emulated version. Shh, don't tell anyone. Mark said there was a big accident on the freeway. He just called, when he called at the end of the last episode, he called to tell me that he passed a semi-truck that I guess exploded on 271, and like there was like a whole bunch of fire trucks and ambulances and police cars, and the truck was all burnt down to just like the shell. Hopefully the driver was okay. Hate to see when that stuff happens, because you know somebody got hurt, you know. And like, how does that even happen? It's like a big open freeway. I don't know. Somebody must have fallen asleep, or who knows. 271's pretty, I could probably look it up. Hang on 1 second, folks. Alright, so I looked it up, and it turns out the driver was able to escape the accident, so that's good. The truck driver did get away without dying. That's a good day right there. Accident, bad day, but still alive, good day. Getting an accident where your truck explodes and burns to the ground, it's pretty good news if you're okay. So anyway, Mark is single again. He's not going to have any problem. He's a really good-looking guy. All the girls love Mark. Every time I go out with him, they're always checking him out. I'm like, geez, Mark. He's like, what? Like, all the girls are checking you out, Mark. No, they're not. And he looks around. He's like, oh, I guess they are. But he's such a nice guy. He'll have no problems. But it is sad. You know, you get used to somebody being around for that long, and I don't know. But there's just been a lot of contention there lately. Part of it, you know, there's, I don't know, I don't want to get into it, but it's just, yeah, there's just been some contentions going on there. And Definitely not a perfect situation. Sometimes you can work it out, sometimes you can't. Alright, trying to think of anything else exciting has happened in my life. And there hasn't really been anything exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and continue working this field. And this is almost done, but we have a couple more fields. The little ones won't take very long. This one's just, it's kind of a large field. So one of the things I might start doing is just streaming everything that I record. The only downside is a lot of times, while I love streaming, I feel like it does detract somewhat from the video when I have a big subject to talk about. But if I don't have anything to talk about, it definitely helps the video because then I have people asking me questions, and that keeps the topics going. You know, it's weird because sometimes in my life I just have a ton of stuff to talk about. For the last couple months, I just really haven't. I feel bad because I kind of feel like, I don't know, like it's still relaxing and stuff, and I think people are enjoying the videos, but I feel like I'm not as exciting. My life has not been as exciting lately as it has been in the last year. Probably part of it is going through the divorce has, you know, made a lot of action happening on my channel that wasn't normally there, and now that's kind of subsided. And so these loner videos where I'm just playing by myself, it's harder for me to come up with content because I'm like, well, the excitement has passed. The storm is over, and what was it that Tolkien put? Like at the end of the Hobbit, he talks about their return journey, and it's covered in literally like 2 paragraphs. He says, because when times are hard, you have good stories, but when times are good, there's not much to tell. I wouldn't say the times are great right now. I definitely have financial issues still, but it's better than it was. At least there's not a screaming lady unhappy all the time, so that part of my life's gotten better. Let's see here. We have finished. I'd say this is finished. Let's go ahead and move over to the other field. So these are our 2 producers. These fields are going to make the most material. I wonder if we could put grass in the yellow dumper, because I'm thinking like collect this and put it at the farm and then transport it from the farm using the big 40,000 liter trailer, because that's going to be a little bit more efficient than trying to take this over by each of those small loads. Oh, sorry. All right, let's get this cut out. We'll make one or two runs up and down the field just to cut the edge of the field out. This feels nice because it goes right to that. So we can kind of put a little end cap on there. Oh, I'm stuck. There we go. Actually, I might do this whole section like that because this is kind of the longer way to go. Oops. Bumped my turn signal. I bumped the turn signal. Dang it. I need to do more Skyrim too. I haven't done any Skyrim in a long time. It's been a month or 2 at least. Nobody really cares. Except for like Micah. He's been like, hey, where's Skyrim? I don't know. Like when I get busy I have to drop the things that aren't doing super well. But I do love Skyrim and I do want to continue it because it's such a great story. And I want to beat the game eventually. I've never beat the game, so it's like I'd like to get further than I've gotten. Level 12 or whatever. Level 7. But not today, obviously. Because my nose is just not going to cooperate. Oops. Had a good session Sunday at church. We did a song by Phil Wickham called Beautiful, and everybody was crying. It was so good. It was so good. I love moments like that. Like, it just touched so many people, and that's why I really like doing it. I mean, it was really awesome, like, to go out afterwards and people, like, you know, that was the last song we played, and then, like, we walk out. Usually I go to the bathroom and wash my face because I'm usually sweating a little bit, so I want to be clean, you know, I don't want to be all sweaty. So as I was walking up the aisle, like, just walking past all these people with, like, tears in their eyes, it was so cool. It was like, man, these people just, it touched everybody. It was so cool. Such a great song. Oh, and there's a way, and I don't know. I'll see if I can find it. I'll put it in the link to this video. There's a way for us to see, like, if you want to see me play now, I guess they film. I wasn't aware of this, but they're podcasting, like, video casting our services now, so you can actually see the whole service, the worship and the pastor and everything, you know. But we usually play at the beginning, so you can hop in there and actually see me play some of these songs. See my fat self playing guitar. But it was a good week. I love stuff like that. I haven't had that happen in a long time. It's been a long time since people have been touched by my music. And not my music, but by the band's music. But I've seen it before. Dudes. I'm still pretty happy with this tractor. I can't... The color is off. I think it's the same color as the other one, though, so maybe that's the color that they made them back then. The ones I saw in Canada were not the colors of the ones in the game, though. The newer ones, yes. But I saw a 661 just like this. Was a 625? 6.1. And it was the color of the newer ones in the game. But it was neat to see. I think they've tried to capture kind of like the faded paint look, like they did with the case tractors, because the older ones are all faded looking. I dug their rap. I dug her rap. Here we have the beehive. The bees are going to sting me for whipping grass around. This is where you keep the cabin closed. Hear them in the speakers. Sounds like a Trent Reznor soundtrack. You guys ever play the game Quake? That had a soundtrack by Trent Reznor from 9 Inch Nails. I guess it actually was officially 9 Inch Nails, the soundtrack. But same difference, really. I think Trent Reznor pretty much was 9 Inch Nails. Like, they tried to play it off as a band, but it basically was his solo brain project. That guy's creepo. I think he was actually from the Cleveland area, if I remember right. I think he's from, like, North Olmsted or something. Whatever happened to him? Like, what is Trent Reznor doing now? He probably committed suicide. I probably shouldn't joke about that, but that's, like, every album was about committing suicide. But definitely dark music. I don't know if I can get into that stuff. Industrial music. It was definitely a short-lived popular phase. It was around for a while. Industrial music, they even had Christian industrial bands. The biggest one probably was Mortal. But Circle of Dust also was around for a while, Argyle Park. But I liked Mortal stuff. They were really good. but they had all the machinery sounds in their music, like the, you know, it's like, it's pretty funny stuff. Mortal always had samples from like Blade Runner and ooh, Mark bought Blade Runner too. We're gonna watch that. I haven't seen that in years, but it had samples from. I have to do this because this has got messed up. From Blade Runner and from what was the other movie? Dune. A lot of their songs. Oh, Vampire Hunter D. Like their songs had a lot of cool like sci-fi samples in them at the beginnings, and especially there was one album in particular called Fathom that had a lot of cool movie samples and stuff mixed in with the songs, and it's a pretty intense. Probably some of the best. In some ways, you know, I hate to, you know, Nine Inch Nails was cool and stuff, but in some ways more creative because it wasn't just one guy writing all this stuff. It was a couple different guys working together to write stuff. They had some pretty creative industrial music, and I'd say it at least rivals Nine Inch Nails stuff. Definitely not as depressing, so it's like more uplifting topics than depressing ones. But I really enjoyed their stuff. Myrtle. I messed that up, but it's okay. I need to make a straight line. We'll just leave that other crap to turn brown. I like the way they did that on this map. I don't know if you noticed when I was doing the other stuff, there was some dead material because it's stuff that I didn't pick up last time I mowed, and it actually rotted and turned white. That's, or not white, but like, you know, that light hay color that grass turns when it dies. I think that's pretty cool that they did that. Oh my gosh, my nose. Unfrickin' believable. So I'll try to remember to pop some pictures of Mark's new car in here. I haven't done any yet. It's on Facebook. I definitely will put it on the Facebook page. Not probably. I definitely will put it on Facebook. But it's really nice. And his friend Anthony does auto pictures for a living, so we'll put his pictures up there because he does a great job.
He did a great job. I'm all stuffed up. I can't breathe. My nose has gone full stuff.
Stupid nose. All right, so I'm gonna try to blow my nose out here. I'll be back. I'm gonna keep working here, and I'll catch up with you in just a minute. Mater's truck has arrived. It now needs to be assembled. The upside and downside with Tamiya stuff is that you got to build it yourself. But I kind of like the process of building, and it'll give me something to do with John, like kind of a little father-son project for us to complete together. In fact, maybe I'll even make a video of it. We'll try to see if we can pop something together. As long as I don't look like a vampire with my stupid bloodshot eyes. Oh, no, turn it off. Oh, so close. But yeah, the lunchbox number 2 has arrived. Evelyn's is number 1. She's got the pink lunchbox. Well, I really screwed that up. Oh well. I ordered a book. I've been reading a book series, and I ordered the last. It's a seven series book, and I bought the last one on Amazon. And I'm like, hey, you know, like I buy it for my Kindle, and I was like, oh, cool, you know, they got the last book out. I didn't read the fine print. The book is not released until July 4th. I got all excited. I'm like, I'll be reading this tonight, you know, like the new book. And, oh, it's not out yet. Oh, crap. Like, why? Don't make it available to buy until it's ready. I mean, I'm going to still read it, but I like sci-fi books. I'm a pretty big fantasy novel, fiction, fantasy connoisseur. Hard to find good stuff. A lot of it's just garbage. Once in a while there's a good story. Some of them are just awful gritty, but there's a lot of good stuff out there too. I gotta kind of weed through it. And yes, I did like Harry Potter. I know I'm going to get flack for saying that, but I thought they were pretty good books, actually. They weren't bad. A lot of people get down on Harry Potter. I should say a lot of Christians get down on it. It's like The Lion King, with the Christian community hates. And I'm like, it's so two-faced, though, because it's like, wait, you'll condone and absolutely adore and call Lord of the Rings a classic, but then you'll downplay Harry Potter. And I think, and in both series, you have magic that's good and bad. It's not like, in Lord of the Rings, there's, Gandalf does magic and he's good, and so it's like you don't, they're like, well, Harry Potter encourages people to get into witchcraft. And I'm like, I guess in some ways it probably could, but I don't see that necessarily. It's definitely a good story. And surprisingly, the movies are where I got surprised. They were really good. I thought, this is going to be stupid. And I watched the first Harry Potter movie years ago when it came out. And I'm like, this is incredible. Like, this is such a good movie. And then, I never finished them. I did watch up to like number 4 or whatever. And I just kind of got busy. Mark has, oh, no, he doesn't. He gave it to his girlfriend and finally broke up. He had all of them. Oh well, at least he still has Blade Runner. I have never seen the last 3 movies, so I think there's 7 altogether. Maybe there's 8. I don't know. But uh-oh, I'll be right back. I gotta grab this. Ooh, my mommy's bringing over dinner. Pizza and ice cream cake, maybe. I don't know. We still haven't decided what we're going to do for dinner yet. But she's like, I'm going to stop getting ice cream cake for everybody. I'm like, all right. It's just me, her, Mark, and Ryan, and Jeff. Though it sounds like Ryan's leaving, so. But,
as long as the freeway reopens, we'll be good.
Well, except for the wedding, I'm all caught up on my work, so. I was going to actually record all night tonight, but with my sinuses the way they are, I just don't think that's going to happen. I think this is probably going to be the last episode, and then I'm just going to have to... My big problem is that I'm out of episodes of stuff. I've got like 2 more American Outback episodes, and then I'm cashed out, and I don't have any more episodes left. But I'm leaving Friday for a wedding. And then again on Saturday, so, or Saturday night, I'm leaving for a wedding in Columbus, so I won't be doing much recording at all this weekend. I'm going to do my live stream for Goldcrest. I'll probably do 2 hours on Saturday like we did last week, and we're going to continue that map. But I'm just realizing that, like, I don't have any content for the week, except for these 2 episodes that I just did of old streams and, like, 2 episodes of American Outback. And the Armored Warfare that I just threw up there tonight for Kyle. You guys probably already saw that if you like Armored Warfare. Some of you probably didn't watch it, but I'm gonna. I don't know. I have to. I just can't function. Like my nose is all plugged up, and I know tomorrow I need to focus more on the Indian wedding. But maybe what I'll do is I'll split it up and do some work on the Indian wedding tonight, and then. Do some recording tomorrow night along with the Indian wedding tomorrow night too, because tomorrow's Wednesday, so I can kind of split it up between tonight to Wednesday and Thursday. Maybe come up with 6 new episodes of stuff of different farms, and then have some content for you next week. Sunday I'll be gone. Monday's Memorial Day. We'll have to see what happens. I'm probably gonna be really beat by Monday, so. But it is what it is. This is I do for fun. I mean, like I said, you get paid and stuff too a bit, but I can't do it 24/7. And when my body's not cooperating, it's just not cooperating. So, if I ever became a famous vocalist, I'd have to remember not to tour during the spring, because this has been awful. I'm also going to go, like I said, try to see a doctor to get this taken care of, but I don't know when I can even schedule that, so But I mean, I've been on Allegra for almost 2 weeks now, and I've been on Flonase for almost 2 weeks now, and I am still, you can hear, I mean, it's not working. My eyes are all allergied up. My face is all stupid and ugly. Oh, but that's not the allergy medicine's fault. I'm so funny. We have tadpoles in our pond. I'm running out of things to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a half an hour. Oh my gosh. I am just lame. We will we'll return to our normal programming hopefully someday soon when my allergies get better. But for now, this was kind of fun, and we have got. I'll probably just wait to end the episode till I get this field done because we're so close. I've made some messes here, as you can see. I forgot to turn the windrower off on the last pass. But yeah, this takes a long time with this windrower, unfortunately. But then again, we're waiting for crops to grow, so we do have some time. It's not like we've got other things that have to be done. We'll just get some silage made, and the goal of this, once again, is to sell for biogas, get some slurry going so that we have some free fertilizer. The biogas, once again, is not something that makes a ton of money in this game, so it's not like we're going to be cheating like we did in Farm Sim 15, where you just were getting sent. Now, the only cheaty thing you can do with silage is if you wrap bales, and they're still only worth a third of what they were in Farm Sim 17, but if you sell wrapped silage bales, they're still worth a ton of money. I mean, on easy, they're worth like $2,000 or $3,000 per bale. It's ridiculous. It's a good way to cheat your way into financial freedom, but it's also boring. I prefer this method because this is a lot more time-consuming. Makes it a little bit more work for your money. People are saying, too, that you can actually use the auger wagons to load silage into the bins, so we may try that. Use a conveyor belt to load the auger wagon, and then use the wagon to load the stuff into the biogas facility itself. I'm going to make 2 more passes. I didn't do a good job cutting over. I'm going to take Mark's car out just to go for a run. He's going to be so mad. I want to take it out because I didn't get to drive it at daytime. I had to drive it at night last night, and it's a lot harder to see the car and see out of the car at nighttime because the windows are old and they have like a haze on them. Like as windows get older, they're not like crystal clear like they used to be. They kind of get hazy. I did drive it quite a bit though. I drove it for probably about 40 minutes. I had to pick Ryan up from work, and I'm like, "Can I take your car, Mark?" And he's like, crying because his girlfriend broke up with him. He's like, "Yeah." No, he wasn't crying. He was all right. He was just angry. Like, I can't believe that just happened. Like, what after all the time I invested in that person? Like, can't believe that just happened. And I'm like, I know, I've been there. Well, better now than after they're married, Better figure that stuff out early. And we are done with this field. So that's going to do it for our episode. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this semi-quiet but peaceful episode of Farming Sim 17 here on Old Streams Chapman Farm. Have a great night, guys. Really enjoy having you people around. Like I said, I've been enjoying chatting with everybody on the both on Twitch and also on the comments. I hope you guys are enjoying this series as we make some money and grow this farm slowly but surely. It is a slow growth for sure. I mean, we bought some cool equipment though, so we have not a ton of money, but we do have a lot of equipment, and eventually that will turn into a ton of money. So have a great night, and I will see you guys on Old Streams. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. If you want to donate, just go ahead down to that link at the bottom and throw your donation that way, and that it will get to me through PayPal. And so it's very quick, and there's only a little teeny bit of money taken out from PayPal. They don't ding me too hard like Google does. So anyway, have a great night, guys, and we will see you next time on Old Streams.